Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today to hear about UK Biobank's Imaging Enhancement Project. My name's Steve Garrett. I'm the Imaging Programme Manager at UK Biobank, and I'll be acting as chair for today's event. Most of you will not have taken part in the imaging study yet, but we're very much hoping that you'll want to after today's talk. This is an incredibly ambitious study. We want to image 100,000 of the 500,000 participants we recruited between 2006 and 2010. There is nothing quite like it in the world. Similar medical imaging studies have fewer than 10,000 participants, so we really are on a different scale. We began in 2014 in Stockport, and so far over 85,000 participants have taken part, but we still need to get to that 100,000 mark, and that is where you come in. Our centre in Bristol opened in 2020, just in time for the COVID outbreak. For a couple of years, we actually lent the site to the NHS, but in 2022, we reverted back to our imaging participants. We've now seen over 9,000 participants in Bristol alone, and we're about halfway to our target there. Unlike the baseline visit, where you first joined UK Biobank, there are only 4 sites across the country performing the imaging study. There is one in Newcastle, one in Reading, one in Stockport, and this one in Bristol. Our Bristol site covers the whole of South West and South Wales. Its location is handy for the mainline trains and the motorways, and we'll provide a little bit more information on the location shortly. Once we've finished this initial phase of imaging in the middle of next year, we'll then be embarking on an even more ambitious study to repeat image 60% of those 100,000. So, we have an agenda today that we very much hope you will find interesting. First of all, Sean from our Participant Resource Centre will talk a little bit about the process of making an appointment. Then, Tony Didcutt, our Operations Manager in Bristol, will talk about what you can expect during the assessment. Nicola will talk a little bit about what comes after the assessment has finished. And finally, we have Professor Tobias, who's going to give us an example of how imaging data is being used in research already. At the end of the session, there'll be some time for questions and answers from the whole panel. So just to provide a little bit of housekeeping, we've about an hour with you today and we'll try our very best to stick to timings. Any questions during any of the sessions, please type them into the chat box that should be available, and we'll answer as many of those as possible at the end. If you're unable to stay for the whole presentation, or if you miss anything, then you'll be able to watch the presentations again via our website. And this on-demand content will also have captions available.